Hello, you're here with trainer Lateria, and we're working with Roscoe in the background. He's super anxious to get out of that crate. It's early in the morning, he's ready to eat, he's ready to play, he's ready to do something to get out of that crate. And so he's here working on impulse control, flying out of doorways. And so we start with the crate. And if we can control him at the crate door, we can then control him at the home door, and then we can control him in the public doors. So it's a process, but he has learned very well. He's been here about 3 weeks, and he's super anxious and showing off his skills. Now it's potty time. His crate is covered during his rest time because he's such an anxious dog and he doesn't know how to relax. I use a big blanket to cover his crate. To walk him, we use an easy walk, which he's fully familiar with. The part that has the buckle goes to his chest, and the tan part goes under his belly. He knows to sit, but it's harder to put on the easy walk when he's sitting. So I slide this part over his head, and then as he stands up, I make the other part under his belly. Because that's on, that doesn't mean he flies out. Now we attach the leash to the front part of his easy walk. Because I attach that leash, that doesn't mean he comes flying out until I give him the command to come out. Good boy. Which is good boy. And he knows that he's released. And I just pivot in front of Roscoe so that he backs up and he respects my space. So when we get ready to go out the door, he doesn't just fly out the door. Because I open that door doesn't mean he flies out. I'm not staring at him, nor am I paying him any attention. I'm just simply backing up. If I haven't given him the release word, he is not to fly out of the door. It's potty time, so I take him to his usual spot. And I attach him to a long line. And I take off the leash. And I have him find a potty spot. Say it once, make it happen. When I praise him, he must stay seated. Give these tugs in case he doesn't want to or he gets distracted. same thing with going in the house. He must sit and wait to be released to go inside the house. Stand in front. I open that door. That doesn't mean he flies in. If his butt gets up, I put him back down to a sit. So in order to get Roscoe out of the crate at any point, to have him have some form of control, we like to use a leash. That's what I've been using for about 3 weeks. And we like to use this martingale collar, which essentially helps him to not slip out of when he is trying to get his way. And so it's only used for training purposes. So I go up to that crate, and he knows the drill by now. Because I open that door, his butt goes down because he knows the drill. My next step would be to put this martingale on him, as so. My next step would be to put this leash on him, as so. Because I put those items on him, doesn't mean that he flies out at all. Until I give him his release word, which is good boy, then he's free to come out. I'm gonna let him roam around a bit. He knows it's feeding time. So Roscoe knows it's feeding time. And the creative way that works for Roscoe to slow him down, to get him mentally drained, is to use a basic towel to feed him. I still have that leash on him, so he's just dangling it around as he knows that I'm preparing his food. I lay it out as so. I put Roscoe in a sit. And this is where the leash is handy, because you can keep him where you need him until the food is released to him. And I spread that food all throughout the towel. His job is to remain over there in a sit until I call for him. So his first feeding is about 1 whole cup. And then I simply just fold the towel several times. It's still his job. I back him back to remain over there until I call him. And this is the self-control that he has to practice every day until I say further. Come on. Good boy. I have him follow me. We go get some water. I step on that leash. He knows that his boundary in the bathroom is to remain outside of the bathroom. As I get his water, I place it near his food, but because he's messy, not too close to his food. And sit. I release him. Good boy. To go eat.